Hey, good morning, my journey, and welcome to weigh-in day. Now, I was sitting out here, it was awful quiet when I come out, and I'm like, oh, okay, school's out. So we shouldn't get as much traffic since there's no school. There won't be any school buses, and I live 2 blocks from the elementary school, well, one of them. So we won't have all that, school traffic going back and forth. And of course, I'm saying that, here comes a car. But it is weigh-in day, and let me just tell you, after me and Becky's week, it was 4 days, but if you put time together, it was 3. But she was here 4 days, and so we did our thing every day. It's a little breezy out here. I like it. So while we didn't go crazy on how much we ate, we didn't necessarily watch what we ate. We didn't eat sweets, no sweets, because Becky don't eat sugar, so I'm not going to get any sugar in front of her. And I don't eat sugar either. I mean, I will eat sugar, but I don't go purposefully to eat sugar. And so we just ordered what we want. I told her what to order. Sometimes. She wanted the full experience, like where do I shop, these places I go to, she wanted to see them, the full experience. I wanted her to eat our foods, our southern foods. Now, we didn't go nowhere, like if my mom was here, my mom would have thrown the, oh my gosh, here comes 4 dogs walking up the road. We have a leash law. Them dogs must have got loose. I hope they don't come over here, because I don't know if they're friendly. Okay, they went over in my neighbor's yard and used the bushes, and now they're heading back down the road. 4 different dogs. 4 completely different dogs. They must have got loose, because like I said, we got a leash law around here. I could not tell you, honestly, could not tell you the last time I seen a loose dog in this neighborhood. I don't even remember the last time I've seen anybody walking a dog or heard a dog bark. This is like the dogless neighborhood. Knock on wood. I ain't seen no cats running loose neither. So there's no feral cats around. So I don't know where they come from anyway. What was we talking about? Speaking of dog, Mama would have put on the dog. Yes. Becky, you would have had a real true southern dinner if Mama had been alive. Because I'm going to tell you what, she'd have thrown it down. But, I mean, Whataburger, the fish camp, which she said was her favorite, barbecue, cheer wine, chili and sun drop, and all these little things, So we had a good eating time, but we didn't go crazy. So anyway, all that being said, I weighed in at 260.4 for a loss of 2.4, and that puts me at 116.7. So hang on, I'm going to show you something. Okay, check it out. 115 in the books. 120, here I come. So yeah, how about that? I like it. Yes, I do. But me and Becky had a good time. We shopped, we laughed, we talked, we ate. We did all the little things. And now she is funning and sunning down at the beach. This big old resort on Hilton Head Island. Yeah. I know she's having a good time. She probably won't be live tomorrow, so won't be near as much trouble. I don't know, unless Louise is there. And Roy. I got some rowdy ones. We have a good time. If you don't come to my lives on Friday, just come and just just come sit in. I'd like you to talk, but you don't have to. A number of people that come don't talk. So, but I told you, hold on a minute. I told you on my grocery haul, we would talk about the green tea and then the bread. So that's what we'll talk about. Oh no, let me tell you this first. So at CVS, I do Care Pass. Oh my gosh, there's a school bus? I thought school was out. You know what I think? I think she might be a substitute, and maybe she's getting her summer school route because she had a piece of paper in her hand. She's probably checking her route. So anyway, I get the Care Pass, which is you pay $5 a month for it, but then you get $10, so you're getting $5. But it's fun. You're like, oh, I got $10 to spend, because you negate the $5. But anyway, you get $5. They give you $5. Who wouldn't pay $5 to get another $5? I mean, come on. So I had that. I thought I had it, but I had already spent it when I got to the register. But I had picked up things I needed anyway. But I did pick up, I had 2 $5 rewards, because for every 10 prescriptions you get $5. Well, y'all know I get tons of prescriptions, and then David's on top of it. So you get $50 a year. So trust me, I get our money and I spend it. Well, I was in there trying to spend up my money before it run out, and I was over there looking at the perfume. Listen, it's hard. I thought I had 20. It's hard to spend $20 in CVS when you look at something, and pretty much one thing about blows your whole 20. And they're expensive. But I was looking at the perfumes, and it was like, there was some in there, I'm like, oh my gosh. One of them really struck a chord. Gloria Vanderbilt. Do y'all remember that? I used to have that, and as soon as I seen it, I could smell it. And I looked, what, but $9.99. $9.99, and it's a big old bottle. I bought it. And listen, I got it on right now. I smell so good. I'm gonna tell y'all what. Oh my gosh. $10 for a wonderful walk down memory lane, and to sit here and get away. Smell so good. Oh my gosh. So yeah, if you're looking for any new perfume, go to CVS and get you some $10 Gloria Vanderbilt. Can't beat it with a stick. So I did pull out that article about the bread. I had it in there on my desk and didn't think that I did, but it's the Dave's Killer Bread Sprouted Whole Grain Thin Slice. That is a mouthful. So the question is one of them health columns, you know, what bread can I eat on a low carb diet? She says, I've been craving bread. Are there any out there that actually taste good and won't blow my low carb diet? She said, we suggest a sprouted grain bread. Well, it says, research has found that a process in which they allowed to partially germinate changes their nutritional content to make nutrients easier for your body to absorb, plus lowers the carbohydrate content. And then what I found when I searched sprouted grain breads, it's higher in several nutrients like protein, fiber, vitamin C, folate, and beta-carotene, easier to digest, contains less gluten, and increased several antioxidants. So sprouted grain bread is awesome. Well, and it's talking about carbs. Like most low-carb diets allow 25 to 50 grams of carbs, and that is true. Single slice of whole grain bread has up to 25 grams, but sprouted bread has 10 fewer grams of carbs. So the one I just told you, and this is correct, it has 13 net carbs per slice, but it says it has 3 grams of protein, which it does, and alpha-linolenic acid, ALA, a healthy plant-based omega-3. So, let me just tell you, I don't even remember how many calories, maybe 70 calories a slice. Whoop-de-doo. My eating has gone funny. I'm just about to where I don't want meat. I know. I don't know what that's about. I just about don't want meat. So yesterday I got hungry and I made me a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on my new Dave's Killer Bread. I'm gonna tell you what, it was delicious. Now it's a thick bread, but it's moist. It's not a thick, it don't choke you. You don't get hung in your throat. It's not dry. It's delicious. It does not have a funny taste. You got the little grains in it, so it is textured, but it's smooth at the same time. But it made a delicious sandwich. And I'm gonna tell you what, that thing lasted with me forever. I mean, I was full forever. So it's expensive, but I'm not gonna eat it up in a day. You know, it'll last. And if it looks like I'm not gonna eat it before I think it's gonna go bad, I can just throw it right in the freezer and pop out a slice or two whenever I need it. So I highly recommend, let me give you the name again, Dave's Killer Bread Sprouted Whole Grain Thin Slice. And I got mine at Walmart. I think it was $6.79. Now if I ate like 2 sandwiches a day, I'd be like, no way. But I don't even eat bread every day. Now this is so good, I might have an egg and a piece of toast or a snack, piece of toast. It does have 3 grams of protein. A cheese toast would be good. Have extra protein on top of it. Cheese toast. I'm gonna have to try that. But, so yeah, that is the story about the bread. Then I told you we would talk about green tea, because me and Becky were talking about green tea, and I thought, well, I'm gonna look it up. I've drank green tea, so I know I like green tea. I don't, like I don't have any on me right now before I bought this, so it wasn't something I normally drank. But I just didn't have any. All my other teas are black teas. My favorite teas and everything are black teas. Well, oh my gosh, green tea is so healthy for you. It's not even funny. Now, I looked up to see what green tea was, which I know what green tea is, but made from the unoxidized leaves, and they give the plant, but I don't. Who cares? Who cares? It's the tea bush, tea tree. I don't know. Is one of the least processed types of teas, and for this reason, it contains the most antioxidants and beneficial polyphenols. Now, polyphenols are healthy compounds found in plants. These compounds offer a variety of antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties. These are some of the things that it says it may do. Some of them say, we need to research further to make sure, but some studies show this. You know how it goes. So you take this, everything I'm telling you today, you take with a grain of salt, do your own research, decide whether if you believe the studies or not, decide if you believe it's enough to benefit you or not, because that's up to you. And some people, Will Blood says, oh, she didn't like the taste of it. I like it. Well, these are some things that it may be responsible for. It may improve cognitive function due to caffeine and, I will butcher this, L-theanine. L-theanine. I think it's like that. Which I think anything with the L in front of it is an amino acid, right? Is that right? Might lower the risk of some cancers. He was playing music, he was laughing. May protect the brain from aging due to EGCG and L-theanine. I didn't look up LCG because it's a big long name. I didn't write it down. Could help with oral health. May help with blood sugar. Might help prevent heart disease. So what do you think about that? Listen, and it said caffeine. Caffeine is good for, you'd be surprised. I should have looked that up. Because as I was looking at different studies, it was saying tea was good because of the caffeine. Caffeine does this, caffeine does that. But it said it's maybe a third as much as a cup of coffee. Something like that. I didn't look it up. I mean, I'd look it up. I didn't write it down. So yeah, if you're gonna drink something, drink some green tea. And it said there, like, different studies show drinking this much green tea, you know, can you have too much? Do you get enough? So you can do your own research on that, decide how much is enough green tea for you. You know, maybe if one of these things that it may, or, you know, be decided that it does, that it does, if that's the important one to you, maybe research that and say, how much green tea should I drink to improve XYZ? So I think I like it the most. And now there are some that say it helps with weight loss, but that's the one, honestly, that I read the most was they had the least faith in, I guess you could say. They say it could, but they're like, study shows very little if it does. So I wouldn't go to it as something for weight loss, which it may be one of those, you're like, well, that's the one that I think it does work for me. So then you do that one. But the one I'm most interested in is the cognitive function, because I'm going to tell you, y'all know my memory is shot. I don't remember things when I was young, when I was in high school, when I was working. I don't know if it's because I quit working, my brain went lower, my brain function, because I wasn't using it. You know, they say use it or lose it. Well, I was smart, and I could remember anything. You tell me and I'd remember it. I mean, I had a lock on it. And now, since I don't work, I can't remember just simple things. Like, I can't even think. I can't even think to tell you the things that I can't remember. Not just where I put stuff, just like little tidbits of information. You know, if I read it, then if I hear it again, I'm like, oh, that's new to me. Well, no, it wasn't new to me either. So I have puzzle books, things that make you think. I need to get back to doing those because I need to bolster my brain power, because I'm here to tell you, dementia, that scares me. I am not a Chicken Little kind of person, like, oh, the sky's falling. I'm just not. I believe in jinxes. I'm that person, but it scares me that that's what it might develop into if I don't try to reverse it now, because that Lewy body, it is not. It is no way for a human being to leave this world. It just is not. And so it terrifies me that what if that's the road I'm going down at a young age of 60? And I'm not trying to call it up, because, you know, I believe in calling stuff up too. So I need to set aside puzzle time, reading time, drinking my green tea time, and see if I can't bolster up my brain power, my memory. I have the brain power, I think. I just need to strengthen it. But it's the memory part that is not to. Speaking of memories, oh my gosh, I didn't even tell y'all. I got a date. I told y'all he was gonna put me on the calendar in October, but while me and Becky was out at the liquidation center, I got a phone call and I hit the wrong button, and I seen who it was. And so I went over to the corner of the talk, and I hit the wrong button. I thought, oh my gosh, I done hung up on them. I ain't gonna be able to get them because I knew what they was calling for. And she was still on the phone. I told her, I said, oh my gosh, you're still there. And she goes, yeah. She said, this is so-and-so, and I'm calling to see if you want to schedule your knee surgery. I'm like, yes. She said, well, he does it on Mondays. I got Mondays open. I got, this date, this date. I said, I'll take the first one. So October the 2nd, mark it down in your calendars. I will go see him sometime before so David can go and find out, the things he can expect to experience, right, Becky? Experience after I come home. And then I don't know what I do between then and surgery. I don't know. I just don't know, but I will jump through any hoop they give me. I'll tell you that much. I will jump through all the hoops. You tell me what to do, I'll be there. So mark it down, all your thoughts and prayers, aiming straight towards October the 2nd and the days following. You know what? I didn't ask him. I need to write down how much after that can I get my other one, because I want it done as soon as possible. As soon as I'm physically able, I want it done too. Listen, I think I'm going to tell him I'm going to schedule my other one when I come out of recovery. Just going to put me on the books. If he's 3 months behind, I need on the schedule. I wonder if you can get them 3 months apart. I don't know. Like I said, I didn't ask. Well, are there anything else we need to talk about? Lord have mercy, let me tell you this. One day, me and Becky was gone. Holly texted me and she goes, I'm at your house. I said, oh, well, me and Becky's out. I didn't know you'd be coming. And she wasn't thinking about Becky being here. She knows she was coming, but she wasn't thinking about it. And so I told her, I said, I'm sorry, I missed you. She said, well, we just sitting here hanging out with Diddy. I'm like, oh, okay, well, good. Which makes me so happy because I love daddy-daughter time and then grandson time. So daddy-daughter, grandson time, I love it. I'm not in the mix. I'm not, he gets all the attention. So I come home. One of the jokes with me and David is, I can tell where you've been in the house because there'll be crumbs, things won't be where it's supposed to be, there'll be clothes laying down, whatever, especially in the kitchen. I can follow his trail in the kitchen. No joke. He laughs about it because he knows it's true. Well, I get home and I go over there at my chair because, see, I have a high seat. I have a high chair, but that's his chair. He likes to sit on it when he eats at the table. So I know Holly was sitting in the middle. David's in his chair, and Jacob was across in my chair because there was his cup. They got his cup down, and I could tell he had strawberries because there was red all over the table and the placemat. There was a strawberry stem. I'm like, Jacob eat strawberries, didn't he? He said, yeah. I said, I know he did. He's just like his papa. I can follow the trail. So I come out here to get a package or something, and I said, I seen this over here. I got my skeeter plant and my hen and chicks. The hen and chicks is in a smaller pot, and there was dirt. One of the plants was like turned sideways, and there was dirt on the porch. I'm like, Jacob's been in it. I knew. But this plant over here, okay, the winds blew away. I have on this side, I think might be a jade plant. It's a succulent. And on that side, I have another succulent, which I don't know what it is called. It's big, long long stems with little, just tons and tons of little leaves on it. Well, I don't know what it's called, but it's pretty too. Well, I come out here a couple weeks ago, and doggone squirrel had got up in there, and I had put one of the Job's little spikes, Lord have mercy, that squirrel had dug up that thing, and it was down there on the ground and dug a big, just dirt was everywhere, big hole in my plant. I'm like, you doggone squirrel, you better stay. Probably trying to bury a pecan he's dug up from somewhere. Well, I seen it had dirt all over again. So I come in there, and I seen this over here, and I didn't say nothing about that. I was talking about this over here. I said, that doggone squirrel's been back in my plant. David said, no, Jacob was out there. I started laughing. I said, oh, I know he was. I saw over there on my little plant where he was at. So I could tell everywhere where he had been. It is so sweet. Listen. Holly has snakes in her attic. Listen, I tell you, she's in the country. And they've had snake trouble down there before. Well, the neighbors, they have a hen house, and they let their hens roam free. Their yard's fenced in, but they got it. It's a big brush pile all around, right? It's not kept up. Well, his mama had trouble with snakes, cause they're right there where snakes is coming out of the brush, out of the woods, out of the field. Well, 2 weeks ago, I guess it was, Holly sent me this video. She goes, turn your volume up. And she was pointing at the ceiling. And I told her, I said, I can't hear nothing. She said, I'm hearing something slithering up there, and I'm freaking out. She said, my anxiety's through the roof. I'm like, well, I have to wait on Daddy to get up. So he got up, and I told him, he says, they'll cause him out. Well, that was the day. The next day is when Holly come up. He said they would have to call somebody. He gets up at night, so it's too late to call anybody. The next day is when Holly was coming, because I told her, and she goes, yes. She said, me and Daddy was talking about it. So she got somebody down to the house, and she calls him Snake Mail. So he went up in the attic, and he set traps, and he set mouse traps. He said, because if there's any mice up there, he said, then they go up there and they'll stay up there and eat. So they set mouse traps, because she's in the field, and there's mice all in them field. If you live in the country, you know. If you know, you know. If you get mice, does not mean you're dirty. Trust me. I would get one around here every winter. I better not this year, because he's done plugged up the last hole I think they can get in. Knock on wood, no jinx. But that don't mean you're dirty. That just means mice try to get in, find food, find warmth, find water. They just do. It's what they do. You're building out in the middle of the tundra, and here they come. What is the tundra? I don't know where that came from. So he did all that, and he come back, and she messaged me whatever day it was the other day. She goes, he got two. Oh my God. She said, he's standing out there holding them in a garbage bag like it ain't nothing. Caught a couple mice in the garage. Well, the garage door's broke, and there's a gap. David has just not had time to fix the garage door. It's down. It's just there's a gap where it kind of got bent. I don't remember what had happened. I think somebody was out there working on something and they broke it. So they can come in that way. Well, she's got a door between the garage, the carport, whatever you want to call it. It's not a carport, it's a garage, and the house. So they can't get in the house. And David got it all good and sealed up when he replaced the wood under the sink and everything. He's got everything all fixed up. And so they caught a couple of mice, and he said he would keep putting traps out. He went around and put snake repellent out around the house. And Holly said he told her he's got it all trapped up. And whatever he told her, he goes, look, she told him, she said, look, whatever happens out in that room, is between you and the snakes. She said, I ain't got nothing to do with it. Well, he told her he put out some kind of stuff. It's garlic and cinnamon. And he said humans can smell it for about an hour and snakes can smell it for about 45 days. He says, so you're probably not going to like it. It's not, you're not going to like the smell of it. She goes, I like the smell of garlic better than I like snakes. So he got them and he gave her his personal phone number if she needed him, which was very nice. And Nathan was in the bathroom and come out and said, I heard another one. Well, he told her they traveled in 2s or 3s. So she's at least got one more up there, and they're black snakes. So they're not copperheads or nothing like that. So that they are just black snakes, which she says she don't care. A snake's a snake, but at least it's not a poisonous snake. So I told her, I said, girl, you living in the country. That's what I asked her. I didn't ask her. I told her, I said, you had to get you a hoe or something to take out there when you and Jacob's playing in the yard. She goes, since this episode and then him getting ant bit, he got bit. Listen, he got in another anthill. He just walked through it and they swarmed him around, and he had socks and shoes on around his ankles. Oh my gosh. They were covered in little red welts all the way around. So she said between the ants and the snakes, she said, we ain't been back out there. So pretty much every day she takes him to a park, get his toys, and off to a park they go. So, because he loves it outside. Oh gosh, he loves it outside. So David, he's got some stuff that you put on the ants that they take back to the queen and kill it, and then it kills all the workers. He said, if you kill just what's on top, they said those ant hills can go down like a foot. So you put stuff out to kill the ones on top. You ain't killed the queen. And once the workers on top are dead, won't just take their place. I'm like, makes sense. So you got to kill the whole nest. And if you give them this, they'll take it back down there. They'll give it to her. She'll eat it and die. And when she dies, they all die. So you have to put it out when it's going to be hot and sunny. No rain. And every day they'll say, chance of rain, chance of rain, chance of rain. So he's scared to waste all his stuff if there's a chance of rain. Ain't rained yet, but they keep saying chance. So I don't know. I don't know when. Maybe I think it's supposed to get warmer this weekend. Maybe he'll be able to put it out there. Because I won't, which I don't know. She might be so scared of snakes, she might not ever go back out in that yard. I don't know. But he's got a little thing out there and a little thing to play on and stuff. So I don't know. Maybe she will. If she gets her a hoe or a shovel or something, she can chop his head off. I'm just saying, that's what you do. So, and you better believe if it's between a snake and her boy, she will chop it into mincemeat, because you're not messing with her boy. She's the best mom. Listen, she's the best mommy. Oh my gosh. I could have never dreamed of her being such a good mommy, which, I mean, she's a good person, so I know she'd be a good mommy, but I'm just saying, she's such a good mommy. RJ's a good daddy. Oh, y'all know we go Saturday. I had said Sunday, but we go Saturday to get Sebastian. And I done told you, but I'll tell you again, because some people just watch us the weigh-in. And some people's already done turned me off. They check in for the weigh-in and they go, which that's fine. It is your prerogative what you want to watch and what you don't want to watch. So, but we are stopping at a Dollar Tree on the way. There's a girl I watch in Beckley, West Virginia, who does Dollar Tree hauls, and she's got good stuff. I'm like, I want to go, because we have to pass right through it to get to Charleston, West Virginia. Well, we're going to leave early and we're going to stop. And I checked, and there's only one in Beckley, so it has to be the one. So I am so excited about that. I hope they have good stuff, and I hope it's stuff that I want. And if it ain't stuff that she's hauled, maybe it's new stuff that I hadn't seen. So there will be hold on. This big truck's going to turn. Somebody's getting something from Lowe's. Somebody's getting on something new today. So, yeah, there'll be a haul from, hopefully, a haul if I find stuff like I want. But anyway, we go up there Saturday and get him. He will be down here for 2 months. So that will be good, because then I don't know when we'll see him after that. It might be Thanksgiving or Christmas because of school. That probably is. That'll be his next school days off. Thanksgiving and or Christmas. So we're going to make the best of it. I got little things for us to do. I found some little things for him and RJ to do and stuff like that. So we'll have a good time. And I'm getting around a lot better, so maybe I can go in the backyard with him, you know, to play different things instead of just having to sit on the porch and him just play on the porch. I can actually go in the backyard with him. I've not been able to do that. I've not been able to do that. And he's going to be 7 in December. I didn't know I was going to get so emotional. But the only Momo he's ever known is the one that can sit on the front porch and play with him. Okay. Let this be a moment that tells you not to give up. However long it takes you, don't give up. Because if you stop, you're never going to get there. You will never get to your destination if you stop traveling. Do not stop traveling. Now, am I going to be able to run? No. But can I stand back there and throw a ball with him, throw a plane with him, whatever? I could go back there before and sit on the trunk of the car while he played in the dirt, but I couldn't do anything with him. And once I'd get on the car, I'd kind of be stuck there because, you know, I couldn't do nothing else. So I'm looking forward to it. If he says, can we go outside and do something? I'm going to say, you want to go in the backyard? Yep. I think that's a good place to end. Okay, so I'm sorry. I did not mean to get, it just struck me when I started talking about it, that it just hit me. It hadn't really hit me before, you know? So, well, that's all we'll talk about today. Try you some of that Dave's Killer Bread. I'm telling you, it's good. Now, if you're a white bread person and you just like a white fluffy bread, it ain't your thing. But take it for what it is. It's a sprouted grain, whole grain. It's got little, like, they're not seeds, but they're just little pieces of grain, which I happen to enjoy in bread. I mean, I love white bread, don't get me wrong. Good old white smushy sandwich. But if you're going to have that kind of bread, it's a good one to have. It's very tasty. So, okay, well, that'll do it for me today. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow on live if you can make it. 1 o'clock. Knock on wood, I'll be there. Okay.